Hey guys, it's Jamie from Modern Day Fox. Now, you probably noticed that I haven't done a lot of meat recipes in my Instant Pot lately, and that is because I actually moved to a plant-based diet and I haven't had any meat since the beginning of December. So I'm going on almost 9 months with no meat, and I'm doing great. But my kids still eat meat, and my in-laws and people that I cook for still eat meat, and I still make meat dishes for my family. So when I do that, I want to share with you, because I know a lot of you like to cook meat in your Instant Pots, and I have tons of meat recipes on my channel, so make sure that you check those out. Today, I actually ended up with an abundance of bone-in pork chops that were frozen all together, and now I have to cook them. So I am going to try a recipe from Once a Month Moms, and I'll link to it in the description of this video. I'm going to adapt it though, because I feel like the cooking instructions are a little too long, and based on the comments, a lot of people had their pork chops become dry. So I'm going to go from 15 minutes fresh down to, I don't know, maybe like 6 minutes with a 5-minute natural pressure release, and we'll see how those go. Remember, when you're cooking meat in the Instant Pot, you can always, add more time, but you can't take it away. So once it's dry, it's dry. So it's better to err on the side of caution. Unless your pork chops are really thick, and then I may, follow the time of 15 minutes that she says, or even more if they're super thick. So let's take a look. The first thing I'm gonna do is set my pot to saute, and we're just gonna lightly brown the pork chops. I have a couple pounds of pork chops, and I'm just gonna pour them right in there. And the pot will get hot, and I'll stir these to kind of let them brown. I'm also gonna go ahead and add salt and pepper. And after I turn them, I will add some more, but it's always good to season your meat with salt and pepper. As you can see, these pork chops are really thin, and this is why I'm only gonna do the 6 minutes high pressure. They are bone in, but I would say these are probably maybe a 1/4 inch pork chop. And I have about 6 pork chops in here. All right, you can see these are starting to get brown, and you don't have to cook them too long. It's just kind of get it started here. Just add more salt and pepper as you turn them. Once you're brown, you're going to go ahead and turn the pot off, and we'll add the other ingredients. We're going to add 1/4 cup honey. Not a big measure, so just a big old glob there. 2 tablespoons Dijon mustard. 1/2 tablespoon of maple syrup. Then I have fresh ginger, which I've actually already grated. You just need 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is also called for cloves, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna leave that out. 1/2 cup water. And just go ahead and give it a stir, just to kind of mix your ingredients all around. They'll mix as they're cooking. Have your pork chops coated, go ahead and put your lid of your Instant Pot on. You're gonna turn your valve to sealing. And then, like I said, the recipe that I'm using calls for manual 15 minutes. I think that is too long for this cut of pork chops because they're so thin. So I'm gonna take this down to 6 minutes, and I even feel like that's pushing it. I'm gonna allow a 5-minute natural pressure release when the timer goes off, and we'll see how we did. Okay, the timer went off, and it has been releasing naturally for 5 minutes. So we're just gonna go ahead and flip this knob and let the rest of the steam come out. The knob dropped, so we're gonna open it, and I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, I hope they're not overcooked. Woo, watch out for that steam. They definitely look like they're cooked all the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on a plate. So here's what they look like. I cut into one, and you can see it's not pink at all. They're definitely cooked through. I can't even imagine how overcooked they would have been at 15 minutes. So I think I actually could have even done just a little bit less, but these seem like they're good, and my kids are gonna be my taste testers. Inside the pot is all this juice, and I'm gonna go ahead and I put the pot on saute right here, and then I'm just gonna add a tablespoon of flour, a heaping tablespoon, and I'm going to whisk it and try to make a gravy out of this sauce. No use wasting all these good juices and flavorings. You can see that this is really starting to thicken up. Let's see if I can spoon it out a little bit. You can see it's starting to get thick. This is going to make a nice gravy for these pork chops. You just want to keep stirring continuously. Try to scrape the bottom of the pan, get all those bits off the bottom of the pan. They add a lot of flavor to your gravy. And then we'll just turn the pot off, and I'll transfer this to a gravy dish. I'm going to show you what this looks like before I cut it up for my 7-year-old. But I just served this with rice and green beans and then poured the gravy over the pork chops. I did take a little taste of that gravy, and it is delicious. So we'll see what the kids think. Okay, I got my taste tester here. He's going to tell me how it is.
Good.
You like it for real? Mm-hmm. Did you try yours yet? You're working on that rice. Will you try a piece of the meat for Mommy? That's a big piece.
Mmm. Good green beans.
Mmm. What do you think?
Good.
Good. All right. So, what do you give it? Thumbs up. Woo! Score! All right, guys, again, this recipe came from onceamonthmeals.com, and I will link it in the description of the video. But just remember, if your pork chops are thin like mine were, 1/4 inch, go ahead and just take that high pressure time down. I did 6 minutes, probably could have even gotten away with 5 minutes. If you follow the recipe as is, I'd say do at your own risk. Make sure you read through the comments because it is really easy to dry out your pork chops. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, give it a like or a thumbs up, and make sure you follow me on moderndayfox.com. Thanks, guys.